I think Quid did improve a lot. So yeah, I'm excited for this mid lane matchup.
Well, mid lane is the focus of the bans here for Shopify in the first half. The Azir and Orianna, two of those meta staples taken off the table. Varus also removed, power pick in the bottom lane there. Karma, Kalista, and Udyr, the bans on the side of 100 Thieves as we're back to Shopify for that first pick of the draft. And Ksante locked in for FakeGod.
Something that always gets to me with Shopify Rebellion drafts is basically whenever any champion is locked in, I have to ask, is it mid?
Yeah.
Is it mid?
This most definitely could be mid lane.
Exactly, so you never know what you're
who
playing
knows?
against.
Well,
Maybe FakeGod has a super counter to Aatrox.
Right, yeah, you just bait him out with the Ksante, end up getting the Aatrox slammed in response, but we will have the Senna also locked in there for 100 Thieves.
I like the Senna priority. It's been really high in the LPL. It's a little tricky in the LCS because I feel like teams are getting trapped with it sometimes without having enough overall damage in the team comp. I think it's kind of risky against a Shopify team since they have been building these like 25,000 HP comps to now not have a hyper carry in the bot lane. And with the brand jungle, that sets them up to play, in my opinion, kind of whatever they want in the mid lane. What do you think, APA?
I mean, he might bust out the Sion again. I know he's done this a lot before, but I'm actually interested to see.
Yeah, because good combos with brand jungle. This was banned against Bugi yesterday. They ended up going with Lillia. They have Garen. They have Sion.
Sion, there it is.
There it is.
Why not?
You've got all the firepower in the jungle already, the damage for the brand, but instead, now, I'm not going to get baited. It's insanity. I'm not going to comment until it gets locked in. Okay, we got the Sion locked in here, but I still think you guys were right earlier. These two, either one could go in either lane.
So I don't think Sion's going to go top. I know Aatrox is a very favorable matchup, so I do think it's Sion mid, but I wonder now what Quid wants to play.
Yeah, I do wonder. The Lillia hover was intriguing to me because it's a high damage jungler. The Nidalee would be very strange. Like, so Lillia just makes sense to me because they need to find DPS somewhere.
Yeah. Lillia is also a very good tank killer because she rushes Leandres.
Yeah.
Q, kills them all.
The other percent HP dot mage in the jungle that's not brand, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, looks like 100 Thieves are going to go on that same train of thought. So two powerful mages in the jungle for both squads here. Very tanky solo lanes for the side of Shopify. And going back to what you were talking about earlier, the Senna. Clearly, you're not going to be the mega tank buster. So what do you guys want to see in the second half of the draft here from 100 Thieves to make sure that they can get through these meatballs?
I think I'm looking at Yone for Quid.
Okay.
Pretty favorable matchup into him. Can get pushed, and then it works really well with Lillia. I think it also is very good at killing the tanks. So that's what I'm looking at, but maybe Quid thinks something else.
I really like that because if they go for something like a Victor that you'd think that could do a lot of damage over time, that just makes the MR stack on Sion too ridiculous.
That's so insane.
So you need to differentiate between the magic and physical damage here. So yeah, Yone with mostly physical, a little bit of mix, actually sounds kind of amazing. I wouldn't be shocked if Shopify ends up banning it here with their last ban.
Well, the Gwen will be banned away. One of those traditional favorable matchups picked into the Ksante. They do not want to allow that one to go the way of Sniper. A player like Sniper who has the confidence in the champ pool that he does. I mean, the guy comes out, he plays his first LCS game on Riven. So I feel like if you give him the opportunity to play the Gwen and the Ksante, he'll be happy to do that. Not this game, though. We've got the Rakan banned out from 100 Thieves. They know that their opponents still need to lock in both elements of that bot lane. With the tanks they already have, they don't want to allow that snap engage from Rakan. Melio, with his recent popularity, also removed.
It also could be Aatrox mid, by the way. Quid has played this in the past in solo queue a lot, and it's a very good matchup in a Sion. So they might be looking for a counter pick for Sniper. Something else down his alley, you know, like Fiora, Gwen, some type of champion like that.
Yeah.
That could be really spicy. I also have to ask, since I have you here, is this a Zigzangle?
No.
No zigzag.
No.
Okay.
They're way too tanky, sorry.
I agree, because they could just go Kanik Rookborn on both those guys and never poke them
Way too tanky, Sion would just start dancing on you.
Well, they must have heard what you were talking about earlier, because the Yone will be the final ban of the draft here.
Wow.
Shopify.
Aatrox mid.
Yeah, Aatrox mid, and we've got Sniper piloting the Olaf into the Ksante up their top side.
Quid has played Aatrox mid a lot in solo queue, so I'm not really surprised. I think he's actually really good at it. I want to see how he does into the Sion matchup, though.
And I was kind of curious if we're going to see more teams premeditating what they play against the Sion mid, because that is becoming a signature for Shopify Rebellion. And I think the Aatrox will be a really interesting mid lane matchup, especially like they do have a lot of damage in the rest of their comp now. Senna with Olaf and Aatrox. I think it's really good to pair Senna with melee champions in abundance. I'm not sure what they're going to pair it with support-wise, especially since Bard seems pretty good in the Tahm Kench, but we'll have to see.
They have a very good ball comp. I think if it's 5v5, just eye contacting everybody, 100 Thieves is very favorite in my opinion.
Okay, Nautilus, the final pick here for Shopify. That bot lane will be a Nautilus Ezreal duo. What do you want to pair with the Senna here? They still got to make this last decision for the side of 100 Thieves. The team doesn't have any super hard engage so far. I'm curious if they're going to go for
I think it can be
something along
Tahm.
those lines. No, okay, just the Tahm.
Yeah, because Zeyzal ended up going Nautilus, probably so he'd have a way of reaching Lillia. Otherwise, Lillia can just get way too annoying. But then that just opens up Tahm Kench to be like a winning lane for Senna TK.
I'm honestly a massive fan of the 100 Thieves team comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like they have favorable lane matchups pretty much everywhere, and then I like just their odds of going into mid-game team fights.
Yeah, I think I've had that thought after most of 100 Thieves drafts this year.
Yeah.
It's something about, I'm not sure exactly how they're doing it.
Golden glue, man.
Something about Golden, to me, it's like they're often prioritizing the team comp rather than lanes. So if there's ever a criticism about their drafts, it's that their lanes aren't always winning. But this one, actually, the fact that they basically got to counterpick every single lane and still have a pretty cohesive team comp is good. My fear would just be the brand. They are a ball comp. Brand bounces a lot of damage around everywhere, and that would be a carry angle for the side of Shopify.
So that's what I was going to ask next is, clearly you've already answered the question. You like the 100 Thieves draft better. So if you're playing from the Shopify side, what's kind of the angle you have to approach this from?
I think you can very easily pick people off though. Nautilus Q into Sion Q, and just like, you do have so much CC that even if it's on Tahm Kench, you can kill the Tahm Kench. But I think if you engage on like the Lillia, for example, Tahm Kench will just eat her, and then it's very hard. So I think if you can just easily look at Tahm Kench and just CC him to death.
All right, let's get into it. Heading on to Summoner's Rift for the third time today. Shopify versus 100 Thieves. If Shopify wins this one, these two teams are going to be tied in the standings. Tied with Cloud9, who you guys just handed the fourth loss to. But if 100 Thieves wins it, they'll move up to a 4-3 record to end Super Week. Let's see how they play the level 1.
Yeah, and I know it's just one game difference, but 2 and 5 is so much less palatable than 3 and 4.
Yeah.
3 and 4 is like, you know, one game was unlucky, otherwise you'd have a
We're
winning
almost
record.
even.
2 and 5 is like, yeah, by the way, you're last. You were dead last in the LCS.
Is that last?
It would be.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty important for Shopify to come together and be able to find something good here, but it does not look like we're going to get any invades, any risky business here at level 1 in this game. Zeyzal just protecting the red buff, everybody spreading out, fanning out on the side of 100 Thieves to make sure that no deep wards get laid down early.
I think they're scared of the invade. You can see Lillia, the river dropped a ward on his ramp bush, so I think they're a bit scared of level 1 invade.
Yeah, I also want to call out River and Bugi, normally incredibly active early game junglers. Maybe a little bit less this game because they're both on these AP scalers, but we will be having the River and Bugi gank counter, so our stats guy is going to be deciding what actually counts as a gank. Do you think APA, like which jungler, based on the team comps and the players, do you think is more likely to have more early game ganks?
River, for sure. I think if he wants to, he can just go through mid, just go Raptors. But I actually like what Insanity did. He Q started in this matchup and just giving a super leash to Bugi.
Yeah, then you just instantly have Brand clear out all the small chickens, stopping that Lillia bouncing around, farming Raptors on cooldown like you're talking about. But we will also be keeping an eye. The Aatrox mid, the stat, we flew it during Champ Select. For those of y'all that missed it, it's been years. 2019, Niski was the last person to play Aatrox mid in the LCS. Wow. Yeah, 5 years.
So long ago.
That's it's been a while. So I'm really curious, especially after you commenting on Quid playing this so much in solo queue, how well he'll be able to really take this fight to Insanity.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's getting early advantageous trades already on Insanity. I think he's probably not too familiar with the Sion Aatrox mid lane matchup, but yeah, I just like how Quid's playing this so far.
Yeah, I will say as well, like, Insanity with his Sion hasn't crushed the laning phase. He's been down in CS almost every game. It's kind of a matter of when he hits that like first tank item or when he specifically gets to 2 tank items, which is usually, I never pronounce the name right, Kanik Rookern.
Kanik Rookern. R-O-O-K-E-R-N. Neither of them's real words. It's 2 made-up words. You don't have to feel that bad about it. They're not in the dictionary. I looked them both up.
Okay, Kanik Rookern and Frozen Heart is just the Sion, just Giga build.
It's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Majorly high resist items with shields, and then Sion gets so much free health from his W. It's like the most efficient it might be the most efficient 2-item tank build ever. At least that's kind of what it feels like on Snap.
Well, it'll be up to Insanity to hit those spikes and make sure he can be that big wall in front of the rest of the team. Bugi clearing through his jungle at pretty much the same pace that River's doing his. Both going to end up with their blue buffs last as they head into the river. Quid and Insanity, just general trading stuff here. Huge charged up to get the knock up at the very, very end of the range as Insanity trades back into Quid. Bugi's hanging out. If Quid gets too aggro, Bugi might be able to punish here, but I don't really see it happening.
I think Insanity just wants to crash the wave here, go base. He's not the best condition.
Yeah, and I feel like Bugi and River both cleared so fast. Like, Bugi delayed his Scuttle Crab take here, but there's nothing else to take at the moment. So that cost him basically nothing, and it was good insurance for Insanity to clear the wave. That's, you know, you as a mid laner, you'd appreciate your jungler hanging out like that.
Yeah, they're both just mirroring each other. Maybe Bugi tries to sneak the Raptors or drop Ward on Krugs. Looks like Ward on Krugs, yeah.
Yeah, River's going to take Raptors as well. That's nice.
Bugi looking up here at the top side as he goes for his recall. Yeah, River was very eager to go after that enemy Raptor camp. You could see that even when he was wrapping around to look at mid lane himself, he stopped off to the Raptors first, but he'll secure that one, steal it away, and now you can see more pings coming out. Even the question mark pings from the side of Shopify, they're looking at that jungle saying, hey, this is probably where the Lillia might be, counter jungling, since we're across the map the same way.
I think this mid lane matchup early is just who can facilitate the jungler better.
Okay.
And it looks like Quid's doing a better job of that. I mean, River already has 2 camps, and Bugi's a little bit slower on the tempo. So now River has a chance to base or do dragon or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I think it's a good base timing. 35 CS might be enough gold to pick up Haunting Guys now, 1130.
No, it's 1300.
So not enough.
Maybe just boots?
Even if he has futures market. I need to check what his
Okay,
futures
just
are,
pieces of the guys, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think APA is the most likely place where we'll see early action? Because
Grubs.
both of these team comps are pretty low engaged.
Yeah, just the Void Grubs. It's probably just like, Quid R2 back on. I imagine FakeGod's gonna look to get a face TP soon, and it's probably just gonna be a Grub fight. Yeah, both junglers are passing up towards it. That's what I imagine would be the first fight.
Yeah, you feel like junglers are prioritizing Grubs before first Drake Lord.
Oh yeah, Boogie's running straight in there. You know he's telling his team we need to fight this.
All right, River has already thrown the bowling ball into the Grub pit, working on at least getting that first one down. There we go, Sniper covering for him, Quid covering for him. FakeGod and Bugi also hanging around seeing if maybe this is contestable, but the answer is no. 100 Thieves just have enough control. They should be able to secure both of these pretty easy. River still saving the smite for the last one like most junglers do. There's your watch out eat. I really wish that you could see the number of the shield on the Void Grub to make it easier to smite. That's one of my only complaints with the Grubs.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
It's so easy to mess up. You think you're gonna do it, and then they leave it with 12 health and little grublings later on in the game. But APA, to your point in draft, like, this is going very well early game for 100 Thieves. Their lanes are all pushing. River's kind of able to go wherever he wants at the moment. They got the triple Grubs.
Quid's getting a massive CS lead as well. So he's already up, what, 15, 16?
Yeah, this is almost 3 waves worth of farm at 6.5 minutes into the game. Feeling really good about that one as he's going to step over, try to defend this control ward from Bugi.
The
Yeah,
1v2.
he's just, this is just pure Chad attitude, standing there and not letting him take the ward. But now he's got to try to get away. Nice use of the World Ender to evade the ulti from Insanity.
Insanity's in a really rough spot mid lane now because his wave's not good and he can't fight. He's no teleport as well.
Do you think Quid would freeze? No, she's just fast pushing because Lillia's
they
want to
fight Raptors.
Yeah.
Okay, Bugi's gonna go ahead, start up those Raptors as support trade down here in bottom lane. Zeyzal down to about 300 HP. The level up's gonna top him off a little bit. Still fighting over the Raptors back here in the jungle, but River is the one in control. Level 6 in the Lillia versus only level 5 on the Brand. Pretty big difference, although Bugi should be able to hit that mark here in one camp of his own.
I feel like they can just go Dragon now. Like, they're up so much tempo mid lane. Quid can just hit mid plates. River goes Dragon. They're like, it's a very slow game, but the mid jungle is just like dominating Shopify Rebellion right now.
It really is, because that completely negated anything that Shopify would be able to do about this Drake.
Yeah.
Even just the mid trading of ults because of Quid's styling on that control ward. No Sion ult can fly through River to stop him. And Bugi, at the time, wasn't even level 6. He's moving in now, so it could be a smite fight.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 50-50. They want to try to flip the dragon. It's gonna be secured by the Senna of all people. Meech gets the last hit, and Zeyzal goes fishing. River gets caught. He's got to try to escape this one, but the damage over time burns him down, and it's Bugi getting first blood. Meech escapes through the mist, but nicely done from Shopify. They really needed that to slow down this tempo that the Thieves were putting out.
I like the aggressiveness from the Shopify Rebellion bot lane. I think they know that the game's not going too well for them, but I just really like them both talking forwards.
Okay, 3v2 now as Bugi's ready to reinforce this bottom lane battle. Zeyzal hooks another one, man. The Nautilus is showing up big here in the early game.
That's just clutch,
Yeah.
right? The Dragon was kind of shockingly slow, and it allowed Bugi to loop all the way around the side with his ultimate, and then just 2 big Nautilus hooks from Zeyzal, because really, we were trying to figure out how are they going to make anything happen with how little pressure they had in the mid-jungle.
Zeyzal steps up.
Zeyzal steps up, absolutely. Yeah, watching this one more time, Eyla took a base. I think if the Tahm Kench sticks around, they definitely kill this Drake on time. Lucky that they did get that 6 HP smite to Meech, but then they just don't get out in time. And then the all-in initiated by 100 Thieves doesn't track Bugi. They thought maybe he'd be further along in his jungle. He just kind of shows up and helps turn this around.
Oh, wow. Eyla said every man for himself.
Yeah, Eyla said, I'll see you back in base, bro, one way or the other.
Good luck, Meech. I'm living.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a frustrating situation there. Well, not if you're on Shopify. A little bit of a happy response there from these guys who are now in a gold lead. Very, very small one, but considering they were down over 1,000 at one point in a 0-kill game, that was getting pretty dire, but things being turned around thanks to the hooks from Zeyzal. Both kills going on to Bugi as well to accelerate this brand in the jungle and get him to the point where that damage that you guys were talking about, you know, if 100 Thieves are a ball comp and you have brand and he's ahead of the game, man, that's scary.
He's gonna burn through everyone. I think if I'm Bugi right now, I'm so happy. I'm just getting whacked in the jungle by the Aatrox, and then suddenly I get 2 kills. I'm so happy right now as Bugi.
900 gold ahead of River after the entire sequence. It was about 8 minutes for River and about 90 seconds for Bugi, but it's all about timing. And those 90 seconds were really good seconds.
It's just the Zeyzal gap.
The Zeyzal gap showing up and getting the jungler ahead as now he's rotated over into the mid lane. Lots of bodies from both teams ready to rotate up to the second set of the Grubs. Remember, it was all 3 going the way of the Thieves the first time around. Shopify goes ahead. They smite the second one because they know that 100 Thieves are coming to contest, and all they have to do is get 2. Then there's no way that the Thieves can get the might spawning. So 4-2 is going to be your final score on Grubs, favoring 100 Thieves.
Do the Void Mites have a name?
I just call them Grublings.
You actually nailed it. They are technically called Void Mites,
Okay.
but I call them like Grublings, Grublets, Void Spawn.
I think I call them grubs in game.
Yeah,
Baby
Like
grubs?
little grubs.
yeah, baby grubs, grubbies, kind of whatever you want to call them. There's all sorts of different things that people refer to them as.
I want to highlight, though, the mid CS discrepancy.
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
huge.
yeah,
I
like Quid is
agree.
just up 30 CS, 1v1.
But who's stronger? The Frozen Heart Sion or the Merc Treads 30 CS up?
I think right now it's Sion, but only because I think Quid's probably on like 2,000 some gold.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, he's on 2,500.
Yeah.
Okay. So he will be stronger shortly.
Yeah. Instant he gets that face off. he's
Unless
stronger.
Zeyzal.
Ooh, not gonna lollipop that one. We've been seeing some Nautilus hooks this weekend in the LCS. The one behind the turret yesterday in the C9 FlyQuest game, I think was the one that people are gonna use in clips
Yeah, did
forever.
you see that one?
No, I did not.
It was the bot lane turret, and basically the AD carry was behind it, but he just threw the hook beside the turret, between the turret and the
dragged him?
wall, between the turret and the wall, and just one-shot him.
It hit him,
Wow.
yeah, because it lollipopped out right at the very end. But that game certainly had more than a few moments in it, but this one's still just keeping a pretty low profile here early on. Very close in terms of gold, only the 2 kills on the board here so far. Next Drake will be spawning here pretty soon. Considering both teams were ready to contest it the first time around, I'm expecting a similar story here for the second.
I think we haven't talked much about top lane because it hasn't been much happening, but Sniper's got himself a nice CS lead, and I really like Olaf as the game goes on. I think if Brand can't one-shot him or even Quid, I think him and Quid are going to have a really nice time in this game.
Yeah, they are trying to play mid lane, though, to set up, and Zeyzal lands another hook.
Yeah, Zeyzal goes in. They want to focus on the Tahm Kench because they know that Eyla would be able to save Meech. Thickskin's going to keep him alive, but now Bugi's got to flash away as River's ready to make his entrance. Bugi down to 400 HP. He wants to try to turn it back around. There's the damage just pouring in. Yeah, they're going
Brand
to
does
lose
so much
Bugi,
damage.
but a double kill for the Brand as he dies. He'll take that trade. 4-1 game score for Shopify.
Bugi is so strong now. He has 4 kills under his belt. He's already 1 item in Sork Shoes. Like, he's feeling good this game.
Yeah, more ganks in the jungle than River. That was so weird to me there. River right there looked like he was prepping a Q flash, and then he could have like slept 3 people and I think could have turned that fight around.
A little bit of hesitation.
But yeah, then he just Q'd the air, and then Brand gets a double kill. So that's kind of been the story of this game for me, is 100 Thieves looking like they have an edge. A lot of this through Quid being, 35 CS up to the Aatrox, but they haven't done anything with it, right? They took Raptors, that led to them giving up 2 kills at Drake, And then here, he teleports in after the fact with the Brand double kill. At least they did pick up the Drake, but a really interesting game so far.
I like the recognition from Bugi, too. As soon as he sees that River's reinforcing and the Thieves are coming to really take this fight, he knows he's dead. Yeah. So he just turns around and decides to just vomit all of the damage over the fight and guarantee that they come out on top anyway. He's going topside now. Sniper has already used the Ghost on the Olaf to try to get away from this. Oh. Brand stun hits him. Sniper still trying to get away here. The dredge line thrown out, saving the ulti till the very last second to guarantee that he can get through that CC, get away to safety. Worth pointing out, too, something that we need to keep in mind as the game goes on. There is no teleport on Sniper's Olaf. It is double mobility summoners. So in terms of the way the macro game will be played, that could have a major impact.
Rift Herald does spawn soon, and Sniper does have no ulti and no Ghost now.
Zeyzal forcing the flash for flash there as Eyla needed to get away from being underneath that tier 1 turret.
And this is such a unique game state because the Aatrox has been crushing so much. Bugi has 4 kills. AP, I'm really curious, like, who you think is actually in a better state right now?
I feel like it's just Shopify. Like, I think Bugi has way too much damage. They can just fight front to back. Like, you saw him a little bit in the last fight. They just go on Tahm Kench. He's so easy to kill now. Bugi just shreds through everyone. And then, yeah, Sniper has no condition to fight the Rift Herald right now. I don't think they can fight this.
Yeah, they're around, they're hanging out, but unfortunately they kind of just have to stand there as the objective should be easily secured by Bugi and the rest of Shopify.
And also follow-up question, if you're Sion right now, what are you typing in chat to Quid to let him know that your team is winning?
Just mid-gap.
All right, River gonna be taken underneath the turret. Nicely done from FakeGod, a Ksante moment, but Bugi's gonna get traded back. The shutdown ends up going over to River thanks to the damage over time. 1 for 1, both junglers drop.
That was really well played by FakeGod. He knows River, I believe, has no flash, and just actually, wait, does have flash. He just pushes him through the turret, and then same thing for Quid. He knows Bugi, the carry of Shopify, no flash, and then just goes in.
Insanity fighting a knockup only onto Eyla as Quid and Meech backing up that Tahm Kench, stepping forward. 100 Thieves trying to get a little scrappy. They have Sniper off to the left, ready to enter the fight if anybody on Shopify drops low, but none of the health bars are dire enough.
And looking at the gold as well, that was a hugely gold positive game fight for 100 Thieves because they were able to kill Bugi. I hope we get a chance to look at that again if the action actually slows down for a second, although looks like these teams are getting quite scrappy because after the ult by FakeGod, it looked like that could just be a clean win and they could maybe take some pressure from there. But once they lost Bugi, you can see they're in this state, like they're up 5 kills to 2, but their down Drakes have got no turrets. So yeah, let's watch this one more time.
Really well played by FakeGod, getting on the side. Fog pushes him through the wall.
Yeah.
But then I think the sleep on Bugi, and then Quid just capitalizes on it.
Nice. Yeah, so even though River got caught, he had tagged him just enough before he got kidnapped.
Yep. Making sure that he takes one with him, then Quid gets away. And I like River's reaction. Yep.
So on Shopify, I'm really scared of this Aatrox right now. But then on 100 Thieves side, I'm super scared of Bugi. So I think it just depends on who carries the fight harder, in my opinion, right now. I think both sides are like pretty even, so both can win.
Okay. Well, we do have the Profane Hydra plus second Serrated Dirt completed for Quid, so really, really nice damage potential on the Aatrox for whatever fight breaks out next. You can see the Iceborne Gauntlet completed on Ksante, Brand working towards the Rylai's now that the Leandries has been completed for him. Lots of stuff coming online, pretty much for everybody. Senna has the Ghost Blade already done now, too, in the bottom lane for 100 Thieves. Quid's just going to try to keep the pressure on. 175 to 130. The CS lead just keeps building.
He's playing like Chovy right now. 10 CS per minute already, and it's just only going to get worse for Insanity. Like, Insanity already can't kill him, so it's a matter of time for Quid to just start breaking turrets.
And I think it's so much about how he can also get involved. So like either break the turret or find flanks mid, because right now, Shopify crashing that Herald, exposing themselves a little bit. Quid's in River.
Yeah, this could be a problem for Quid. Wow, he really needed to make sure he got away from that, but I don't know if he can get away from this one. The follow-up coming in with an F charge. Shopify is going to burst down the Aatrox or not. The lifesteal is incredible. Quid is still fighting, but they finally drop him there thanks to Bugi. A big sleep's about to come in, and Sniper's rampaging. Insanity tries to get away back over the wall, but he's flashed into enemy territory. A 1-for-1 trade as both mid laners drop. Quid lived way longer than anybody was expecting there.
He really did. You could see with the ultimate popped, he got that extra vamp. And then the Senna shield comes over the top. Looked like he was in a terrible situation. I'd say he was, but he made the best of it.
Yeah. I mean, he was in a bouncy castle for a while. Nautilus ulti into Sion Q into everything, but just this Q3 or Q2 just gives him so much HP.
Yeah, buys time for the Senna ult to fly through as
And then
well.
River flashes in. It's a 2-man sleep, I believe.
Okay, big dragon right here. 100 Thieves in position. They have no Aatrox ult, no Olaf ult, so Shopify thinking of contesting. So many ults are down.
We got the Scuttle Crab also being burned down by 100. They're going to try to secure that one first. River gets it with a watch out. Eep, TP coming in. It'll be a 5v5 melee here in the bot side River. Insanity on the front line. He'll look to soak up as much damage as possible. Quid wants to make an entry here on the side. Eyla's going to be soaking a lot of burst on the front, but he's still got the thick skin ready to go. FakeGod trying to use the Pathmaker. Q3 on 3. 100 Thieves having to back up a little bit now as Eyla's thrown up in the air and Quid's in the back line. Bvoy's under pressure and the Drake is slain by River. The fight breaks out and Insanity's in the middle of everyone. Sniper's going to kill him, but now they got to be careful. Insanity's dead body's creating a whole lot of space as Quid tries to keep drain tanking. Zeyzal cannot provide the damage to kill him off. It's a double kill back on the Sniper. Shopify Rebellion is collapsing. Bugi, the last man standing. A little bit more will take him down. Here comes Bambi. There goes Brand. It's 5 dead on Shopify and 100 Thieves is up 3,000 gold.
And that was the fight we were waiting to see there, with 100 Thieves actually playing front to back. Who was going to have more damage?
I really like the way Quid played this. He TV'd to regroup and then just instantly goes on flank, finds Bugi, finds Bvoy, and zones them a little bit while their tanks are just getting shredded.
Yeah, I thought River played so well not to get hard CC'd early here. It looked like maybe FakeGod landing that Q3 was going to turn it. And I think Bugi not having ultimate was so critical here, because if you could have just thrown R at any point in this fight, Eyla, Sniper, they're all dead. But the timing here was just so perfect for 100 Thieves, and they clean everyone up with thin margins. Sniper at the very end there too, getting that extra kill on Ksante.
Look at how many health bars are down to 200, 300 HP, right? Yeah. Like, this fight went the distance. And then, of course, they heal up a lot at the end of it thanks to stuff like Aatrox. And you can see a little bit of frustration there on the face of Insanity as 100 Thieves in a game that's been so close for so long now feel like they finally blew the door off them.
Yeah. I feel like it's very hard for Shopify to match both Sniper and Quid. They can match both, or they can match one, but to match both, I think it's pretty impossible right now. I think they just need like a miracle hook from Zeyzal, or Bugi just needs to get like a 5-man ulti.
I feel like the items are so in favor of 100 Thieves right now as well.
Yeah.
Like 2 core on both Sniper and Quid, to APA's point, with like Ezreal doesn't have his second item yet. Bugi's pretty much the only one who's fed, so he needs to land like the perfect combo. I think, again, like if they do ball up and he gets Brand things done, they can still win this fight, but it's going to be a tricky game to win for them, especially with Soul Point being there.
A lot of weight on the shoulders of Bugi specifically. Experimental Hexplate plus the Ravenous Hydra together, like, there's so much opportunity for Sniper to just rampage through these fights if they don't properly focus fire him down too.
And honestly, same thing for Quid. If Quid finds ulti and then Q2 and Q3 onto Bvoy or Bugi, they're just one-shot. So they need to be super careful about the flanks in the next fight.
So if you're Shopify, APA, what is your call here? What are you trying to do to make sure that this game doesn't enter critical mass?
I don't know, it's rough. You can't get side lane control, you can't get mid lane control. You just gotta pray that Bugi's insane.
All right, guess they're gonna see if they can make those prayers be heard. Insanity's here on the front. They're gonna put some damage into him. Watch out, Eep, chunking him down here a little bit. The power of the Lillia to chew through the tanks with the damage over time, and they'll burn him up. Quid gets the kill credit. The front line is down for 35 seconds. 100 Thieves feeling good.
I feel like they can just go Baron here. It's so hard for Shopify to check anyone right now.
I think you're absolutely right about that. With Insanity, you saw there was really nothing they could do. They never wanted to turn. They knew he was dead. They're going to start Baron. Bugi maybe tries some miracle. Brand
flash, though. It's so hard for him to get in.
All right.
Quid's on a nice flank again as well.
They got to try something. Zeyzal goes through the portal. He's ready for some kind of a flank angle here. 100 Thieves trying to play it careful enough. Bugi throws in a couple of spells, but Sniper is running and gunning for him. Olaf over the top. The Senna ulti's in too. Sniper's gonna die, and Bugi barely gets away. Quid's on the front line, looking to put the damage on FakeGod. Eyla throws him up into the air, and they bring him right back down. Meech on a rampage. Bugi still trying to escape with 200 HP. Insanity back in the mix, but it's already over. FakeGod ends up dying as a trade for Sniper. 1-for-1. Hey, if you're Shopify, you'll take it.
Yeah, you take that every day of the week. I would be so desperate there in that situation, but a 1-for-1, I think Sniper just pulls the trigger so fast. I felt like Quid was on a very nice flank, just play slow, draw them in, but I think Sniper just a little bit of like a rookie moment that I've had, just goes in a little bit too fast.
I think you're right about that. You could see it was a clear call to turn. And everyone really just wanted to turn, but waiting a bit longer for Quid to actually be the first one to zone, and maybe with Bugi having no flash, like make him commit to the pit, and then they're able to get there. So I think Shopify getting out of this one pretty narrowly, and now they're still in the game.
And you saw right as Sniper died, one last undertow flew out, but it was a little bit to the side. I think, especially considering the build he has with the high damage, that kills if it connects onto Bugi, which could have changed things a little bit more, but just a slight miscalculation as Zeyzal flashing in for the lockdown here, but where's the follow-up? Both TPs about to show up here as both teams are ready to keep this fight going. FakeGod's here on the front. Quid knocking him up with a Q1. Pathmaker trying to get away. FakeGod needs his escape, but Sniper's coming in from the side, ready to rock and roll. Zeyzal's down, and Sniper's going on a rampage. 100 Thieves looking for more as Bugi has to flash away. He throws out some damage, but Meech is unstoppable, and FakeGod's dead again. Insanity, Bvoy, and Bugi all trying to stay alive, but the Fed member, the brand, he's got no mana, he's got no health. He has to go for a recall, and 100 Thieves still have control over the Rift.
It's so hard to kill the 100 Thieves soul winners right about now. I feel like, I just don't know what to do as Bugi. You can't kill either, but then your team can't kill anyone, so what do you even do?
Yeah, and also because they're running in almost so far ahead of everyone else, you're not getting these massive brand bounces for any of your damage. Not to mention River flash in, getting the sleep, pushing Bugi out. Soul point though.
This is Soul. If 100 Thieves secure it, a little bit more, and easy peasy, man. The Lillia's got the smite. River having a great time as Ayla's under pressure. Zeyzal wants to go over the wall, but there's no backup. What are the tanks doing? You're not assassins. You ain't gonna kill them. Insanity trying to get back away now. Shopify, the desperation is there.
Yeah, you can just easily tell that they're so desperate right now to get something to do.
100 Thieves on the brink of ending the first half of the round robin with a winning record. Sniper, been challenger since 13 years old, been promised to be a big-time LCS player. I don't want to necessarily say he's carrying this game, but he's still playing quite well. This Olaf has been effective. The team, specifically, this 100 Thieves team has really good cohesion. We've said in almost every single one of their games, we've liked their 5v5 team comps. Another one coming together here in the end.
All right, Sniper getting caught out now. Let's see how he wants to play it from here. Zeyzal.
I think he just wins 1v2.
Yeah, he is just turning it right back around on these guys. He is not afraid. He'll take one, whether he's still alive. They will finally bring him down. 1 for 1 here so far, but FakeGod and Insanity are not getting away from this one. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Make it 4 for 1. As Shopify just collapses. 100 Thieves. Now it's time for that bear.
It's so hard to kill anyone without Bugi. I don't know what Shopify was thinking there, trying to kill Sniper without Bugi. So, yeah. And also, Bvoy dies on the side somehow.
True. That was weird.
Yeah, that's why I had to correct it from 3 to 4. I was just like, wait, how did the 4th guy die?
He must have just died to Meech and Eyla.
That's most likely what happened. Bvoy actually, when you look at it, having a pretty rough game. Part of that is just the 2 super fed bruisers that are charging him. He just doesn't have the items.
Quid really wants this. Zeyzal coming in. This could actually be a pretty nice shutdown here if Quid ends up going too far all the way. Yeah, that's done. Okay, well.
That's a solo queue play.
Yeah, that's. He was just getting a little bit too into it.
That looks like me and solo queue right there.
It's just we're so far ahead. Let's limit test a little bit, but unfortunately for Quid, he found those limits.
Quid thought he could 1v3 here. Same thing as Sniper, but I think Sniper actually can 1v3 in this situation because he's no Bugi.
Yeah, man, look at this. Just completely running through Zeyzal. Almost completely turns it, and the side fight, Bvoy, it looks to me, you're right, he did just die to Meech and Eyla before they joined this fight. Total wash.
What a Chad. I love this kid, man. He's an entertainer through and through. Insanity trying to get away, but Eyla just stops him in his tracks. Insanity, he even stopped champion movement. Yeah. That's how you know it's a boom. Him and all of Shopify know that this game is coming to its close real soon here. 27 minutes in, it's Soul, it's a 10,000 gold lead. It's Baron for the side of 100 Thieves. They're marching on the base. They got a 5v4 for the next 30 seconds. They've already broken through inhibitor number 1 down here in the bottom lane. They'll work on that inhibitor there itself. Now the turret's gone. Okay.
Kench being used.
Yep. FakeGod down to
you don't
half.
need it.
Man, Meech has actually gotten quietly pretty fed.
There's a lot of souls
6,
too.
1, and 9.
How does he have 163? That's so many at 27 minutes.
I think for a lot of the games is following around River.
Oh, Bugi gets dunked. They're going to trade him for Sniper. It's a 1-for-1. Sniper is happy to make these plays. He is role-playing the Viking lifestyle, as now we've got Zeyzal trying to get out, but Quid is not going to allow it. He keeps on chasing after Bvoy. The Infernal Chains and the auto attacks. They just bulldoze them. Insanity's back alive, but it's only in time to get another death. 0, 5, and 3 on the Sion, about to become, there it is, 1 and 6. He takes one with him as he goes, but everybody on Shopify is dead. There's still enough bodies here on 100 Thieves. They'll push in and take the dub.
Man, it almost feels like one of those solo queue games where they want the game to just keep going because it's so much fun to be this far ahead. But you're absolutely right. 100 Thieves are going to take this one and move to 2, to 4, and 3.
Looks like Shopify met their match with the Sion mid strat and the Quid.
Yeah, you just, as long as you're willing to slam the Aatrox into it, the drain tank frontliners on 100 Thieves, these guys had the recipe they needed. They're going to finish the first round robin 4 and 3. And for Shopify, you pointed it out at the start of the draft, Jack. You were like, you know what? 3 and 4, you can kind of forgive yourself for that, even if it's a losing record. 2 and 5, you're going to be sweating a little bit.
Yeah, that's rough, especially because there's a massive break coming in, I think, after next week, I believe.
After next week, it's 2 weeks off.
You just got to sit on like 2 and 5 or 3 and 6, like whatever they end up next week.
And this is probably the most comfortable I've seen 100 Thieves on stage, in-game and out of game. Like,